make breast milk superfood cookies. Welcome back to LiveLeanTV for Women. I'm your host, Jessica Guthrow, expert helping you live lean 365 days a year. Today we're in the kitchen making these breast milk superfood cookies because I just had a baby 4 weeks ago and I'm looking for the best foods to increase my milk supply and make sure that my milk is really good and really healthy for baby. So I thought you guys might like to see this recipe and what kind of superfoods I'm putting into my diet right now. So come and take a look at the ingredients and then I'll show you the steps to make these superfood cookies. So we're going to start with our base of oat flour. Now this is just rolled oats you can get from any grocery store, ground up into a flour using your blender or food processor, and you don't have to grind them, you can also use the oats whole. And then you're going to use about 4 whole eggs whisked together like this. You have some vanilla extract, baking soda, coconut oil melted, maple syrup, some dried cherries, ground flax seeds. We have some dates that have been chopped up and pits removed, some Himalayan pink salt, chopped walnuts, and then we're using these 2 herbs which are really good for your digestion and for helping increase your milk supply. One is called Fenugreek and I've just ground it up in a grinder, and then the other one is called Anise, or another word for this is fennel. And so these have quite the aromatic smell and they add a little flavor, like a little unique flavor to these cookies, but they're a really good way to get these 2 into your diet. I preheat my oven to 350 degrees and then I'm going to start by mixing the wet ingredients and then doing the dry in a separate bowl. So let's do the wet ingredients first. You're going to go ahead and pour the eggs in, and then we're adding the vanilla and the maple syrup, as well as that coconut oil that's been melted. You can just melt the coconut oil in a saucepan on the stove. It's really easy to do, it just takes about a minute. So you're gonna whisk all of the wet ingredients together. And then you set that aside, and in a different bowl we're gonna do the dry ingredients. So first we'll start with the oat flour, and you just dump that into the bowl. You add your baking soda. I'm going to put a couple of cracks of this pink Himalayan salt, just about a pinch or a dash will do. And then we're adding the herbs, so the fenugreek and the fennel, or anise. And then you're going to add those flax, the ground flax seed too. And you can just use a spoon to kind of stir this together and incorporate everything. And then we're going to slowly add in the wet into the dry and kind of fold it in. Okay, here it goes. So you want to stir it as you're pouring it. So once you have that like all stirred up and everything is all wet, you're going to go ahead and add the toppings, which are starting with the dates. Get all of the dates in there. And then all of those dried cherries. And you can use any other type of dried fruit that you want, like dried apricots or raisins, anything you want. That's just to add some flavor and texture. And then the walnuts go in. And you can also substitute this for any other nut of your choice. And then you're going to stir all those toppings in together. And this recipe makes about 36 cookies, which is like a month's supply. If you just have 1 cookie a day, which is all you need to help your milk supply, and you can keep the rest in the freezer. That's what I do. I actually like to eat them frozen. So after you bake them, you put them in a big Ziploc bag and just leave them in the freezer. And have 1 cookie a day. Okay, so once that's all stirred together, you're going to take a baking sheet. And I lined mine with parchment paper. You can also use a little bit of a non-stick cooking spray, like a coconut oil spray. And you're basically just going to take 1 tablespoon for each cookie and just drop it onto the pan. And then you're going to continue that. And if you don't have room all on 1 pan, you can use 2 pans, or you can cook it in 2 batches. So you're going to go ahead and put them in the oven, and you want to cook or bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes. Keep an eye on it, and whenever you see the edges or the top turn slightly brown, then they're done. Okay, so I actually baked mine for about 15 minutes, so if they don't look like they're golden brown yet, just leave them in a little bit longer. And now they're perfectly done. They turn out like this. And you can just put them on a plate to cool, and then once they've cooled fully, I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. and that way they can last you the whole entire month. So just having one cookie at night or during the day as a snack is a great way to help boost your milk production and make sure you have plenty of flow for your new baby. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. The entire list of ingredients with the instructions is going to be posted down below, as well as on our blog at LiveLeanTV.com. And we have more healthy recipes for you there, as well as in our cookbook called the Eat Clean Live Lean Cookbook, and I'll leave the link for that below as well. So thanks so much for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, and keep living lean. Hey guys, welcome back to LiveLeanTV for Women. I'm joined by the world's cutest workout buddy today,